So today we are going to discuss about the SAP memory management. So why memory management? Sir, what is memory management? What is memory? So in the system, if you see here in the system, if you go to the SM04 or AL08, each and every process which has using the some amount of memory, it is using, right? In the system, each and every process it is using the some amount of memory in the system here, right? So also if you go to the SM50, each work process, see here the work process status here. So we have the work processor running status here, but each work process it will use the some amount of CPU and some amount of memory here. Some amount of memory it will use it here. So how for us food and water is very important. The here also for work process CPU and memory is that much of important for us. For us, if you don't have food, water for one day or few hours, then how we will go slowly sick status. Here also the work process will go to the so sick status. The sick status here, the status is called the here it will not show the sick status here. Here it will go to the private mode, private memory, private mode. It will go to the private memory here. Private memory means when work process does not have sufficient memory, there is a memory allocation for the each and every work process here. There is a memory allocation for the each and every work process here. So depending on the work process type, either we have the two types of work process, dialogue and non-dialogue. For dialogue means dialogue work process. Non-dialogue means so we have the background, update, spool. Non-dialogue means these are called the so non-dialogue work process. So BTC, right? Update and spool. These are the so non-dialogue work process. Dialogue means only dialogue work process here. So there is a allocation depending on the work process type. These are the types. Okay, these are the types of work process here. Depending upon the type, depending upon the operating system, we have the memory allocation. SAP memory management decide the sequence. The sequence will be followed here. There is a sequence. Sequence means order. So depends upon the work process type, depending upon the underlying operating system, the SAP memory management decide the sequence in which work process allocate the which memory. So which memory. So that will be allocated here. So here we have so the sequence we have extended memory, private memory. So in order to process your request, we have the sequence of memory areas is there. The first memory is called the local memory. Then extended memory, right? Extended memory. Then we have the preview mode, private memory, which is called the heap memory. It is called the heap memory. So private memory is called the heap memory, heap memory. So these are the memory sequence here. The basically first it will use the allocated memory. This is not sufficient, then it will take the memory from the extended memory. This is also not sufficient, then it will take the memory from the heap. Heap means private mode. So then when it goes to the private mode, then work process goes to the preview mode. When the work process goes to the preview mode means one of the guarantee important question. So private mode, when the work process does not have sufficient memory, that time it will go to the private mode. That time it will go to the private mode. Yeah. A suitable memory allocation, a suitable memory will be allocated. So each and every resource, some amount of memory will be allocated for the smooth operations and high performance. for smooth operations and high performance. Each and every work process, when the user joins, it will allocate the some amount of memory and CPU. Okay, so why? Because for the smoother execution and process, if you don't have much memory, then work process will go to the die status. It will go die status here. So normally each and every work, we have the types of work process, right? We have the types of work process here. So dialogue and non-dialogue here. So when it comes to the dialogue, when it, maybe let me take one diagram here. Yeah, one table. Let me insert one table here. So you can easily understand, the, so all those things here. So here dialogue, non-dialogue, windows, non-windows. Perfect. Perfect. Right. Just excuse for the diagrammatics. I'm poor at diagram. So these are the work process types here. This is the dialogue work process, right? So these are the non-dialogue work process. Dialogue work process here. Dialogue and non-dialogue work process here. So dialogue work process, this is the type, work process type here. So, and also this we will call it as the Windows, then Windows operating system. And this is, we will call it as the Unix and Linux operating systems, right? So Windows and Linux operating systems here. So dialogue, in the dialogue work process, it will behave either Windows or non-Windows, it will behave the same. The behavior means the allocation of the memory is the same here. The allocation of the memory allocation is same here. The first, it will go to the extended memory. Then after that, then it will go to the preview mode, private mode. It will go to the private mode here, private memory. Same as like, same applicable for the here also. Then first it will go to the extended memory. Then it will go to the private memory. Private memory means heap memory we have. So for dialogue work process, either the Windows or non-Windows, any operating system, the behavior is neutral. The behavior is common behavior. First, it will use the extended memory, then private memory. So sequence, it will follow extended memory, then private memory here. So when it comes to the non-dialogue work process, slightly it is a reverse order. First, it will use the non-dialogue means batch jobs. First, it will use the private memory, then it will go to the heap memory. Heap memory means extended memory, extended memory here. So then it will go to the extended memory first, right? So then here also it's the same. It's the same here, extended memory. Then the next one, it will go to the private mode here. So by seeing this table, each work process, the dialogue work process, first it will consume the, first it will allocate the local memory here, right? The local memory here. The allocation is, first is the local memory here. All work process, it will allocate the some amount of memory, that is called the local memory, or called the role area. We will call it as the role area here. So dialogue work process, the allocation is same. First of all, it will use the extended memory. So extended memory, first it will, so when the local memory is not sufficient, then someone asking something? No, right? Okay. So then, okay. So initially each work process, there is a role area. Role area will be defined. Local memory means role memory. This is one more name is called the role memory, role area, role area. So role area, in the role area, role area, that is the initially it is reserved. It is reserved the some memory is called the role area. In that role area, there is a role underscore first memory. It will allocate it. Role underscore first memory. It will allocate it. So that some amount of memory will be allocated here in the for the local here. So local means it's a role area. So some amount of memory will be allocated here. So in that, so this is not sufficient. Suppose example, for simply understanding purpose, in your plate, in your food plate, you have, so you have some quantity, one bowl of food is arranged to you. That is your daily food. Okay. So that food is called the, that food is called the, so role underscore first, role memory. That is called the role memory. Okay. In that that food is not sufficient that day. Okay. One day, every day, only one small quantity of cup of bowl, they are arranging to you as a lunch. So that is not sufficient for you. Then what you will do? If it is not sufficient, then immediately you will go to the, immediately you will take the some amount of food from the other bowl. That is called the extended memory. This is also not sufficient for you. Then immediately it will take the one more memory. There is called the main bowl. This is called the private mode here. Then immediately you will go to the kitchen. You will take all the bowl and everything. You can take it out. So this is the maximum memory here. This way, initially every day some amount of memory is allocated. This is reserved. This reserved food is not sufficient. Then what you will look for the, you will order the one more biryani packet, right? You will order the one more biryani. So that day you are very hungry. You are also not much. You are very hungry. You need some amount of memory. Then you will directly go to, you will order the one more family pack. That family pack is called the private memory, right? So this way, the work process will take the memory sequence wise. First, role memory, then role underscore role memory, then extended memory, then private memory. So the local memory is called the role memory, then extended memory, then private memory. Like that, the sequence wise it will take the memory. For dialogue, either Windows or non-Windows, it is same. Either Windows or non-Windows, it is same. But for non-dialogue work process, so it is the different here. Non-dialogue work process, it is the differently, it will use it here. Only for Windows, for the non-dialogue, first it will use the private mode, then it will go to the extended memory. Sir, I want to control this para memory. I want to know the all the memory parameters and everything here. So how can I control? Sir, how much amount of memory allocated in this bowl? As I told, in this bowl, small quantity of food is ordered. Then what is that small quantity? How can I control it? What is the bowl size? Bowl means we have 500 grams, 100, sorry, 600, so 1000, like that grams are there. Sir, how can I control that bowl food here? So there are the memory parameters in SAP level. So memory parameters, which will control the, so your all level memory areas. That memory parameters comes with the here JTTA, the role underscore first. Then JTTA slash role underscore area. Then JTTA, the role underscore extended. Okay, role underscore extended memory. That is the role underscore first. Then role underscore extension dia extension underscore dia. So right, and non-dia, that role underscore dia underscore non-dia. Why? Because dialogue process is different, non-dialogue process it is different, right? So then it will go to the next one is called the above slash. These are the memory parameters. Remember, these are the above memory parameters. It's a very important. It's a very important parameters. Then heap limit, ABB, and heap underscore area underscore dia. Then above slash heap underscore area underscore non-dia. So these are the memory parameters. Dia means this heap memory for the private memory for the dialog work process. Non-dia means non-dialog work process. Heap limit, total equals to this plus this, right? So here also role underscore extension. So role underscore extension dia and non-dia also. And non-dia also we have the memory parameters are there here. Memory parameters are there. So where can we change the memory parameters? Where can we change? Where can we change the normal profile parameters and everything? Where can we change? What is the transaction code?
RZ10, RZ11.
Right.
RZ10.
Excellent. Okay, here we will change the parameters, right? There is some amount of, suppose example, if you go here, so role underscore first. Go to the RZ10. So here we can go to the here instance profile, extended maintenance, go to the display, change mode. Okay, here JTTA slash so role underscore area. So role underscore area here. So this parameter, so we have to provide the value here. But currently, so this is the old method. These are the old method here. These are someone changed the all those things here. All up see here they have dialog 20, BITC 5, and also update 20. What is the use of the update 20? You make it here. It should be some naming convention, right? See here wrongly they have updated. If you update very wrongly, system it won't start when you restart it. Why? Because that lack of the memory here. So here lack of the memory. If you keep on increasing the parameters, it won't start. Why? Because lack of memory here. That's why here we can see memory, which means each and every process it will occupy the some amount of memory. So if you keep on increasing the process to 100, 100, 200, 20, 30, there is no use. But unnecessarily memory usage system it won't go, it won't start. So that's why. So don't change parameter unnecessarily until you have a genuine reason. Okay, genuine reason. So you have to change this one. So this is the allocations, memory allocations for the param. These are the memory parameters here. Above heap area, dia, non-dia, heap limit. So these are the memory parameters here. So these parameters will control the memory allocations here. Memory allocations means your RAM memory. So you have the RAM memory is there up to, you have the RAM is there up to 21 GB. So this 21 GB will be used here, SAP or DB. How much DB has to use it? How much SAP has to use it? So this coordinately shared memory, how much it is used it here. So this memory parameters will control the allocations here. This memory parameters will control this allocation. But currently, I think nowadays in the latest kernels, these parameters are not useful here. So we have the one parameter. There is a ZMM, zero memory management. There is a concept came into the picture, which means so you no need to set all these parameters manually. There is a one parameter here, phys underscore mem size. Remember this parameter, phys mem size. If you set 4 GB, your SAP will use only 4 GB. If you set 8 GB, your SAP will use only 8 GB here. So this parameter will control the entire your above system memory here. No one will change. There is a memory parameters. How much? 21 GB I have allocated. right? So now if I change this memory to the 10 GB, then SAP will use only 10 GB of memory here. So this memory, this parameter is the very important here. Only this parameter will control the entire memory management here. Entire memory management, this parameter will control here. So how much it has to use it, all those things it will use by the this parameter here, right? So that is the that is the memory management. So remember each and every the allocation, how it will happen: role first, then remaining role area, then extended memory, then private memory. Like that, the allocation will happens to the allocation will happens to the so this allocation happens to the work process here. So when the work process goes to the private mode, that is the one of the question here. When the work process does not have enough memory in the extended memory, then it will go to the private mode, right? First, it will go to the role, extended, REP, like that you can remember, okay? REP, role memory, extended memory, private memory here. So where can we see means in ST02 here, we can see the memory areas here, right? So extended memory and heap memory. This will be the role will not be it will not be displayed here. Why? Because that is the reserved, so it will not display here. But it will show the extended memory and heap memory here. Extended memory, heap memory here. So when the work process, okay, this is fine. But when the work processor started using the private memory means it's a dangerous situation of the your SAP. Dangerous situation of the SAP system here. Dangerous situation of the your SAP system here. Why? Because it is using the private mode means it is using the operating system memory. Then anytime, any minute, it will go down. So that's the dangerous situation here. So normally one user will start executing the report. So when that started reporting, executing, that initially it will use the 2 GB. Then after 1 hour, 2 point, after 1 hour, 3, after 1 hour, 3.5, 4, like that, hours is increasing, the memory also will consume, increasing. At a particular time, when it will go to the private mode, anytime your operating system memory is the 8 GB only. It's already 7 GB, it's already used. You have only 1 GB is left. Then anytime, any minute, any hour, it will go down. Immediately it will go down. So that's the reason. The time when the work process go to private mode means it's already using the private memory, then heap memory, then you are in the dangerous situation. Your system is in the dangerous situation. Anytime your SAP system will go down. So to avoid this one, first of all, we need to check what is the user. We go to the AL08. What is the user which is consuming the most of the memory? Oh, he is a user from 000 DDS user. He is consuming this much of memory. Now it is very less, but sometimes GBs of data it will be used here. GBs of data it will use it here. So then it is a dangerous situation. Then immediately we need to ask this user to log off, or forcefully we have to kill that process, or we have to do. Why? Because of one user, entire system is going to down during the business hours. It's a very bad, right? So that is the reason we have to instruct that user to don't do anything in the dialogue mode. So you have to, anything if you want to do, you can do in the non-dialogue mode. Why? Because in the non-dialogue mode, we have the nothing will happen in the non-dialogue mode. Why? Because it will run in the non-dialogue mode. So it won't happen, nothing, there is no memory stores. So when the work process go to private means user, it keep on running something in the dialogue mode, that something is started running. So finally it will go to the final status, then it will go down status here. So when the work process are in the private mode, so there is a red alarm, red alert. So we have to carefully, we have to plan here red alarm and red alerts here. Then it will use it here, right? So here, if I go a little bit deep, if I tell the role, if I go role, so role memory, role area, what is mean by extended area, what is mean by private mode. So I say role area is a memory that is that will say size of the each work process that located in the heap. So that is located, the size of the work process here. So initially each and every work process, some amount of memory is allocated. As I told in the bowl concept, some amount of bowl, one quantity of food bowl, it is allocated to you. So that is the memory here. Then it will go to the extended memory, is the core of the memory management, which means each SAP work process has reserved this so some some amount of memory for the extended memory. Maybe you will get confused. Don't get confused. You can ignore it in deep concept. You will get confused. So you can remember only one thing here. There are the three memory areas: role, extended, private mode. If the role is not sufficient, then go to the E. E is also not sufficient, then you will go to the P. Then go to the P here, right? So when it go to the P means it's a red alarm. Red alarm. Red alarm means it's a dangerous status. Then it's using the operating system memory. All the virtual memory it is using, your RAM memory is using. Then it's a dangerous situation. So immediately we need to kill that process, which process is consuming in the work process. So all those things we have to perform it in the SAP memory management concept here. Okay, this is a small concept, theoretical concept. Just to remember, this is the very important. Remember this table structure. This is the very important. How the allocation happens. There is a two questions they may ask you. How the memory allocation will happens to the dialogue work process and non-dialogue work process, right? What is the sequence? Role, extended, private mode. When the work process goes to the private mode, when it will go to the P, when E is not sufficient, then it will go to the P, right? When the single plate small bowl is not efficient, then it will go to the full pack. That full pack also not sufficient, then it will go to the main pack. We will go to the kitchen and we will grab all those things, right? So this is the kitchen, kind of kitchen, right? So this is the allocation, REP. You can remember this word. So here Windows and the Linux, it's the same. For dialogue, same. For non-dialogue, it is the different procedure that you can remember, take a note of these things. Okay, it's a very, very, very important concept. Got it? Don't go deeply. You will get why, because it's a confusing topic. So just remember the questions and the answers, whatever I am explaining, only that is sufficient for you for now. You don't require those things, all those things. You will get more confusion. Then it will create some noise. So don't go deeply. That's enough. Eye level, that is enough for you. Okay.
Okay, sir. But when it goes preview mode, so what we need to do, sir?
So when it is going the private mode means maybe some report, some user is doing something in the system. Okay. Now let's find out who is going. Okay. Now it is fine. So now it is fine. First of all, private mode means you will get the symptoms as part of the daily monitoring. You will go to the SM50 or SM66. Then you will see here. You will see here. So what is the work process which is in the private mode? So here nothing is there. Okay, fine. Sometimes what happens? I am the user. I'm continuously running. I'm executing some report. Maybe let me take here. I will execute the one report here. Okay, not this one. This will be the immediate results. This one. Okay, I'm executing in the dialogue mode here. Dialogue mode I'm executing. So not in the dialogue mode I'm executing here. I'm executing now. Okay, so let's see here. It will take longer duration. It will take longer duration. Now after 1 hour or 2 hours, system will go die. Let's see here. Just to go to the here SM04. I am running the one report here. So what is this? What happened? Someone changed something. Hey, what is this? Someone playing something with the system. Text is not displaying here. Something they have changed here. Let me take the signature thing here. Let me close on this equal to, it won't go straight. Let me stop. Okay, now it's perfectly fine. Someone changed the theme, so it created the noise. Okay, so that is fine. So what I am doing here, so here there is a sizing report I am executing in the dialog mode. Okay, dialog mode I am executing. People normally what they will do to finish quickly, they will execute in the dialog mode. Okay, I am executing in the dialog mode. So, okay, that is fine. It will run more than hours. Actually, this report will run more than hours here. See here, this report will run more than hours. So this is running now. This report will run more than hours. See here, this is running now. Sequential read, this is running, right? So this is running. It will take the longer duration. Now it is using the CPU memory. So maybe if you want to see in SM04, you can see the user utilization also we can see here. See here how much memory. So how much it is using. All the it will collect the memory now. So it will grab all the memory now. Okay, all the memory. Still, but even though it won't display here. Okay, one time it is fine. Now 1 hour, this is fine. Then 2 hours. Then after 3 hours, after 4 hours, then immediately when the work process does not have much memory, so this is running now, right? I'm running the one report in the one session. This is running now. After few minutes, after few hours, this work process status will go to the private mode. Why? Because this will start using the heap memory, role memory, then heap memory, then private memory. When it started using the private memory means it will go to the private mode. Sir, how can I know whether it is using the private memory or not? So here it will go to the preview mode. Preview mode. Preview mode means it started using the private mode. Oh, very dangerous situation. Then check this work process here. Who is the user? So what is the client? Then what is running here, right? What is the current action? Something different action here, right? So is this user, who is this user? What is running here? Let's go to the, so let's take the username means you will get the email ID. Then send an email or ping that user or go to the your SM04 here. See what exactly it is running here. So all the information you will get from here. All the information you will get how much memory allocations in memory. So all the information you will get from here, right? So based on that, you see above report is running here, right? Just examine the session here. Our above report is running here. SA38, you are running the one report. So this is consuming the most of the memory here. See here, now 98. Refresh. So then finally it will go to the, finally it will go to the, so private mode here. None of we know why, because this will consume the lot of memory, lot of data. Then when it go to the private memory, sometimes system will go down status also. Then immediately we need to cancel. What we have to do means first analyze it, what is running. We will go to the sessions and suppose if you select this one, go to the sessions, we will find out is executing. One report is executing, fine. Okay, one report is executing, that is fine. So what is the user? Now we got the username, ping him, ask him to, so close the session and run in the dialog background mode. So don't run anything in the dialog mode. If you run in the dialog mode, it will create the nuisance. So we have to run in the BTC mode, background mode, we have to execute it. This is what we need to do. Kill the work process or cancel the session. Go to the, how to cancel the sessions then. Go to the SM04, you can do it, or SM12. Just go to the SM12 here. Then check the client. So here, check the any logs, no, SM04. Go to the SM04. Check the sessions. What is the session is running? SM50. kill the work process, cancel the work process, so that others will saved. Otherwise, everyone will be knocked out from the system, logged out from the system. That is what will happen here. So private mode means it's a dangerous zone. Yeah. Then system is entered into the dangerous zone. We need to save that. We need to bring back from the dangerous zone here. That is what we have to do it. Okay. That is what we have to do it here. So we need to check why only maybe in the dialogue mode, some few people they will run in the dialogue mode, some reports, some programs, some executions they will do in the dialogue mode. So that time it will use the lot of memory and everything here. Okay. Just theoretical. So just stopping here. Just to remember that allocation. That's it. You don't need to.
So only we need to kill that user only, sir.
Yeah,
Or
nothing.
either
We need to stop.
if
We need to ask them to stop it, run in the background mode. As a job, he has to run it. Not in the dialogue mode, we have to run it. Now, if you run in the dialogue mode, definitely say that is not the suggestible approach. You have to say, as per SAP recommendation, any program or any execution which is running, which will run longer time, we have to run in the as a background mode, not in the dialogue mode. If you run in the dialogue mode, system will throw the DOMs. It will create the private mode. System will go down. Because of one user, system is going to down. Because of one user, the number of users are getting impacted. So better to cancel that work process or cancel that user or kill that user from the system.
so whatever is there 21 GB in your system, only that memory only it will use. No, sir.
Right.